YTPC. This is the Pipe Smokers Haven channel. I'm Mark. I want to welcome everybody. I'm starting this channel not just to promote the hobby, which I think is important, but I'd like people to understand, many people who join this community, they're very passionate about it, as I am. I've been doing it for 2 years. Many people like to hear people's stories. Okay, how did you get to where you thought about doing this, making this part of your lifestyle? I'll give you that story. There's a lot of good ones out there. But today, I live in northern Illinois. Today we're expecting between 6 to 12 inches of snow. So we're getting ready for that. So I generally just enjoy my pipes out in the garage. That's where you'll see me a lot. I will do some in my office. I will also do videos. I like to visit as many pipe cigar lounges, shops as I can. There's not many in this area, but I will drive quite a ways to visit them, and I will also post those on my channel. I'll also give shout outs to many of the people that I follow. So I think it's important. I don't think many people understand how much of an impact it can be to your life to start up this pipe smoking hobby. By that I mean there's many people who they have no way, okay, or they don't know of a way to decompress, okay, after work, after a stressful day of work, whether it's their relationships with their wife or relationships with their children, just family members in general. Many people have no idea just how calming this hobby can be, okay? That is the biggest impact it's made on my life. I've never been a real meditative person. But it has become that for me. By the way, this is my Dr. Grabow Grand Duke. In it I have Sutliff Cherry Cordial, I believe, today. I am mainly an aromatic smoker. I just was down in Nashville visiting my son, my youngest son, before he deploys to Kuwait. We went to a cigar lounge. I tried in English there, a mild English, and I don't know. I got an ounce of it. I've smoked it a few more times since I brought it home. It is okay. To be honest, I really love my aromatics. I know a lot of people probably laugh about that, but it is what it is. Gotta keep lighting this. That's going to be the trick. Me being able to talk and keep my pipe lit. So, yeah. As I said, I live in northern Illinois. So it's winter time. I really try to smoke my pipe every day, no matter what the weather. Sometimes it's just too damn cold. So that may affect how much content I put out throughout the winter. But generally, it's not too bad. So everybody, like I stated earlier, everyone has a pipe story, how they started smoking, okay, pipes, got into this hobby. Mine, if I had one definite story, would be as a kid, my family, my mother's side of my family, we had a family reunion every summer. It's usually late July, early August. And I looked forward to this every year growing up as a kid, all the way up till I was a teenager. And my grandfather, my mother's dad, he had He had 8 other siblings. It was a big family. Well, as you can imagine, being a young kid, what kids don't enjoy picnics? Well, this is like a picnic on steroids. And my grandfathers, of course, my great aunts, his sisters, they all could cook. I mean, they could cook. So you had as much food as you wanted to load up on. It was all good. His brothers, they were about the coolest guys you could ever know or meet. They all loved to drink. There was always a couple kegs of beer. You know, they'd go through a couple kegs in a day. But one of my grandpa's brothers, my Uncle Jack, smoked a pipe. And growing up, and to this day, I always thought, watching him walk around, stand around, tell stories, with that pipe in his mouth, the smoke rolling out, it just smelled amazing. I did find out last year, I got a hold of his son, and he told me that his primary blend was Borkum Riff. Well, I haven't even tried Borkum Riff yet, but I plan on it. But my Uncle Jack, he just looked like a boss, okay? Had a bent billiard, and the man, it was in his mouth all day. Watching him load it, watching him light it, just watching that smoke roll out. It was, I just fell in love right then with the whole idea of smoking a pipe. And unfortunately, you know, life took over. Got married, had some kids, got divorced, got married again, had some more kids. You know, things, you just kind of lose track of those type of things, you know, in your childhood. So eventually, it came back to me. I can't remember exactly what jogged the memory, but something did. And one day I told the wife, I think I'm going to buy a pipe. I'm going to start smoking a pipe. Well, she wasn't crazy about that idea. But she went along with it, and so far so good. So that's my story, how I got into pipe smoking. I would like to hear all your stories. Generally, there's a lot of them that start that way. It's very, very, it's very, very crazy to me, today's day and age, when it comes to this hobby, because I think overall, as a percentage, there's way less pipe smokers. There might be as many pipe smokers in the world now as there was back, you know, when we were growing up, or before that, 50s, 60s. But there's a lot more people in the world. So by percentage, I think there are a lot less pipe smokers out there, by percentage. But one thing people don't really understand is, back in the day, I mean, even when I was a kid, we did not have, okay, we didn't have the internet, for one. We did not have the blends, okay, that are available to us today. And that's something that I think people generally, you know, some people who may be interested in taking up this hobby, they don't really realize. No matter what you like, whatever your, you know, appeals to your palate, it is out there. Trust me. Pipes and cigars, I mean, it's, some of these places, they have whatever you could want, okay? And I'll tell you what, it's literally like me being a kid at Christmas time. after I order stuff. I'm just waiting for that stuff to arrive so I can try it. Yeah, people will be surprised, like I stated earlier in the video, people will be surprised just how profound, if they give this hobby a try, how much it will affect them. Because it truly, there's nothing that calms me down, just generally makes me forget about all the stupid, unimportant bullshit, okay, that's going on in the world right now. And there's a lot, okay. There's not a better time for someone to start actually thinking about starting up a hobby like this than right now. Just for instance, yesterday, with this whole ailment thing going on, past 2 years now, somehow people think that this is going to go away, that it wasn't made political. It's all political, so it's not going away, okay? This is a power grab. So that's just my opinion. Many people might disagree, but that's what it is, okay? We got another midterm election next year, and people are still hoping and praying that, life's going to go back to normal. It's not, okay? So you need something to take your mind off of all of that shit, and this helps. I went to Walmart yesterday. Day, New Year's Eve day. Wasn't the greatest decision in my life. Let's just say that. So, people everywhere, rude, generally I think, and there's more people wearing masks now out in public than there ever was, okay? That's their choice. That if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But what it seems to me is the people who wear the mask, they're always pissed off. They are short. They get short with other people. It's like, hey, I'm here, I'm looking for something. It's just a bad situation, okay? Maybe they're mad at people who aren't wearing the mask because they, folks, no matter what people think, it's a free country. And labeling something an emergency does not give our government or anyone else the rights to strip us of our freedoms, our God-given rights, okay? Bottom line, that is it. And I think people are going to eventually find out that that's exactly the people with that point of view. They're not going to back down, okay? If anything, they're going to get more and more pissed off the longer this goes. So I was in Walmart, and I was in there for a half hour, found everything I was looking for, mostly. Go to the checkout line. Of course, they got 3 checkers, the whole store. There's thousands of people in there. Close to it anyway, at least. Long lines. Everybody's complaining. The checkers are complaining because they don't have any help. So I get up there, and he starts yelling at one of his coworkers. Like, where is everybody? This guy seemed like he was maybe, he's pretty new. Hadn't been there long. And a girl next to him says, well, they sent me up here to help. So she started checking. And so I told the guy, I said, well, you probably should have been asking that question a half an hour ago, because there's just people all over. Well, I don't think he either didn't want to hear that or something. And he said, well, we're hiring. And I thought about it. I told him, well, unlike a lot of people right now, I already have a job, okay? And I don't know, I'm not quite sure I'd want to work for a company who manages it like this. I literally seen probably 20 Walmart employees walking around doing nothing while they have 3 checkers up front, and people are just up there. There's almost people are getting pissed. It's just like, it is what it is. I told, and it's, I don't blame the guy. I understand. Nobody wants to work right now. there's just so many jobs available, and nobody's filling these jobs, and I'm trying to understand what exactly is going on in this country, and I'm failing to, but this is the reason why I smoke a pipe, because I probably don't want to know, and I shouldn't even look into it right now, because it's just irritating. And I'm a patriot. I love my country. I love my military. I think this is still the greatest country in the world, but it's quickly deteriorating. Okay, there's no other way really to put it, and hopefully sooner or later people will stand up and understand that their freedoms, that's what makes this country what it is our freedoms, and they're getting stripped from us pretty quick, unfortunately. But so I want to welcome everybody again to the channel, and I will continue to put out content. I enjoy putting out content. That's another thing that passes time and takes my mind off of stuff that I don't want to be thinking about. I will also give shout outs to people that I follow. I follow quite a few. I hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's Day. Happy New Year's Day, by the way. We will see you the next time. Peace.